Alright, hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Command & Conquer Remastered. I don't know how much of this I'm going to do, on camera, off camera, it really depends on how well this does. But I have a free afternoon and nothing to do, so I figured I'd dive into some nostalgia for a little while, because I grew up with this game. I didn't play as much Command & Conquer, I was more of a Red Alert kid. Because Red Alert was like top tier. And Command & Conquer was the game that I couldn't beat because it was harder. The missions were a little bit more complicated than some other things, and it was just kind of frustrating. And so, I never got into this one quite as much. I think I was also playing the bonus missions first, and those were even worse, and I don't know. But I really liked Tiberian Sun. The second Command & Conquer game was amazing. I've never finished any of them until I played Red Alert 2, at which point I've beaten Red Alert 2 more times than I can count, and Yuri's Revenge more times than I can count. Let's just dive into this one.
The Trade Center in Vienna was the 17th urban bombing in 4 weeks, blamed on Nod terrorists.
The Security Commission remains in closed session tonight following Nod terrorist actions in Slovenia.
At least your mother tipped well.
Harsh, unforgiving wilderness.
New Tiberium harvesting methods instituted by the Brotherhood of Nod increase profitability by 49%.
Nod Tiberium holdings now account for almost half of the world's known supply, giving the quasi-terrorist group incredible leverage in the London Gold Exchange. On the domestic side,
I remember this so well.
Cover of Tiberium ignored reporters at Hong Kong's Second World Tiberium Economic Impact Summit. Mobius is expected to refute charges from the scientific community that Tiberium might be dangerous.
أني مع اللون الأصفر.
As the GDI forces take off in another Nod assault, the free world holds its breath. This is Greg Burdett, WWN, somewhere in the Mediterranean.
Are you picking this up? Deactivate your defense matrix.
So. Oh, they added a difficulty slider. I don't remember what any of these are. So, what do you guys think? GDI or Nod? I'm up for either. I'm not going to be playing on hard. I love these games, but... let's see. Flip a coin. I'm seeing a lot for both. Here, quick Twitch poll. Let's just, let's let democracy let us here. Let's let democracy sort us out. Because I'm up for either. I've never completed either campaign, and I'd very much like to. Looks like we got... Ooh, Nod's leading. Nod's leading by a lot. GDI's catching up. Oh, ooh. Okay. This democracy is a little closer than I like. 1920, 20 to 23. I probably should have set a shorter timer than this one. I'm waiting until one has a clear lead. For a little bit, Nod had one, but dang. Let's see. I'll wait until it chills for a little bit. Let's see, this game hasn't aged well. Hey, go figure. It's 25 years old. You point to a game that's 25 years old and say it's aged well. There's very few that have. almost all of them look like garbage. Unless you, like, do the full Final Fantasy VII maneuver and actually, you know, make everything look so much nicer. GDI has actually one hell of a lead now. It's 31-26. Is this where we're going to end? 32-26. Let's see. Timeless, Claymation, the Neverhood. Yeah, except for the main guy, I believe, from Neverhood, I think, is like a terrible dude, so that part hasn't aged well. But yeah, you're right. Mist, maybe? There's a couple like Mist and whatnot that age better, purely just because. Planescape Torment feels great to come back to. Maybe I had the problem. I went back to playing Baldur's Gate with my brother.
Global Defense Initiative selected.
Are you picking this up? Good. I know you need more deep background, but we're up against it. Nod forces have fortified this beachhead at X-16Y42. Intelligence is still coming in, so we can't tell you a lot. But we found a chink in their armor. Commander Carter can sneak you and some backup forces on shore right here. You may get some artillery support from his gunboats, but this is mostly grunt work. Your mission is simple. Knock out all fortifications, eliminate all Nod troops, and establish a beachhead by building your base. Good luck.
I forgot how boring this guy was. Oh well, it's fine. Oh god, back when they were putting live action in video games. I would love it if they put more live action in video games. Like, stupid FMV cutscenes are so good. If you ever want to see something ridiculous, go watch the intro to, I am going to have to turn some setting. I'm going to have to turn a lot of things down. Let's see. If you ever want to see some, like, classic FFV cringe, watch the opening cutscenes for the Russian campaign in Red Alert 3. It is so good.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Ready and wait.
Okay.
Yes.
Commander, upgrade your battle control to high definition. New construction options. Building. Reinforcements have arrived. Our base is under attack. Construction complete. Reinforcements
Probably
have
stay away
arrived.
from that for a second. Are these my guys? No, these are not my guys. Alright. Got a power plant. Now, oh, wow.
New construction
Forgot how much
options.
space I have to work with.
Building. Reinforcements
Forgot how good this
have arrived.
music was. I
Construction
might also...
complete.
Seriously? Can I not split? Oh, you know what? It's probably because I need to explore the map before I can get this. So if I press spacebar, we can go back to the OG. Oh, man. I love it. This new stuff looks great. You know what this looks like? This very much reminds me of the recent graphical enhancements from, in... Oh, shoot. Which game? Factorio. Like, I'm a big fan of Factorio. Get in there. Murder this thing. I'm a big fan of Factorio, and I really love the most recent patch that they did that, like, really beefed up a lot of the... Let's see, can I...
Unit
I don't remember if I can set rally points.
Building.
I don't think so.
Unit ready.
So I guess I'm just gonna have to work with.
Unit
okay.
ready.
I'm gonna go audio.
Building.
We're gonna turn these down. I don't actually need to hear her nearly as much. Heck, I might even want to turn that off entirely. You know what? Screw it. Let's just turn her off. We really don't need to hear the voice notifications until base is under attack, at which point we kind of did need it, but that's okay. Can I? Oh, right. This is just like a freaking Peaslee small map. That's what it is. Oops. Why did I do that? I'm just gonna build like an insane number of these guys and probably run into money well before I actually get to make them, but still. Right, Factorio updated its graphics and it made everything look so much nicer. And so, like, whenever I press spacebar, it really does kind of feel like that, that Factorio... Whoops. Kill this man. Does seem like they haven't updated some of the sound effects. Some of the unit noises are definitely a little, little tinnier than they used to be, but I ain't complaining.
Affirmative. Roger. Right away, sir. Moving out. Roger. Right away, sir.
Do we even have remaining enemies? What? Oh. Oh, it's that one man. Haha, whoops.
Not a problem.
That one guy I missed. Oh well. But yeah, I don't know. I love this. It's so good. I know a lot of people have been super, like, meh on the absolute glut of remakes and remasters and so on and so forth, but, like, it feels so good to me. To have older childhood games that I couldn't normally play finally be playable at long last. I love the fact that I can just switch the graphics with spacebar. Like, it's a nice change. I love these animations showing how the construction yard is being put together. Ah, it feels good. Select a territory to attack. Oh man, I forgot. Sometimes you even get to choose between missions. I really loved that in Emperor Battle for Dune because it really mattered, because it would affect your tech tree. I don't think that matters in this one, but still. I would love it if Petroglyph went back and just remastered every single one of their games.
Commander. It's time to bring you up to speed on Nod so you know what you're dealing with. This is Kane, the self-appointed leader of the Brotherhood of Nod. Stand by, I'll link us up.
Condition critical. Know why Nod had this beach bottled up? They're protecting a big Tiberium refinery that intelligence somehow missed. We need backup now. Nod troops are pouring out of their base, strangling our foothold. We gotta knock out that refinery, eliminate all Nod forces before we lose our position. I don't know how long we can hold out.
Damn. You heard the man. What are you waiting for?
Okay, we got messed up.
Roger. Waiting order. Affirmative.
Okay, defend base until reinforcements arrive.
Affirmative.
Let's see.
Unit reporting. Moving
Take this
out.
guy and scout with him.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
right.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Affirmative. Moving out. Waiting order.
Now, these are engineers.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Moving out.
I don't necessarily want...
Moving out. Moving out. Moving out.
Oops.
Moving out.
These were mistakes.
Acknowledged. Moving out. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Okay. These guys wipe that out. We got a decent enemy force right there. I'll see what I can do.
Vehicle reporting. Reporting.
Alright.
Yes, sir.
Should be good.
Moving out.
Oh, right, I remember. You build super freaking slowly.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Moving out. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, go back, go back.
Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir. You got it.
You build really freaking slowly if you don't have a proper construction yard. I always forget about that detail. Let's see, do I squander it on this? No. I want to see if I can poach a number of these things, wipe through this area, and take what I can. Let's see, weren't they called Humvees in the original? No, they were called Humvees in, they're called Humvees in Red Alert, I believe. Command & Conquer is a little bit more generic for reasons.
Unit reporting.
Okay.
Moving out. Reporting. You got it. Yes, sir.
Hopefully I can make a pillbox or something.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna send this guy out. See what I can get.
Unit report. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Affirmative.
Because the more of this map I get, the more advanced warning we have before enemies start getting close to me. Yeah, dead. It's okay. Can't build any pillboxes, but I think I'm gonna just go for a madcap dude bum rush shortly. Oh man, I remember all the units standing in a little star pattern. Because there's like 5 of them per square. Because this is actually like a very heavily tile-based game. You just wouldn't normally know it. Okay, I'm gonna leave those guys as bonus. I don't know if they build any new... major structures or groups. Let's see, when did you ever try and run units over? I did. I have.
Moving out. Yes, sir. Reporting. Roger. Not a problem. Reporting.
Okay, I'm just gonna let them come to me and my giant man horde. Because I have enough firepower that they're not generally going to be able to get too close to me. Because I want to find their refineries sooner than later.
Roger.
Before they just run over all my dudes. Because then everything goes bad.
You got it.
Okay.
Right away, sir. Right away, sir. Affirmative. Affirmative.
Found it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to squander this for a second.
Affirmative. Affirmative. Acknowledged.
Is that all?
Affirmative.
Oh, is this? I'm a mechanical man? It is. Yes. Okay, I don't think I'm going to be able to take that. But I can get in there and kill it. I love the weird beetle design of these things. It's super cool. Don't empty out. Don't empty out. Become mine. Yes. Now I have free money. Not that it really matters. Luckily, my own things cannot destroy. Anyway, I'm just gonna hop in those. Pretty sure we don't have any other enemies, but I'm gonna very, very quickly go through and check. Just because. I remember these songs. There was something truly iconic about a lot of these old, like, 90s soundtracks. I think in a lot of cases, because they were just weird. There we go. Okay, let's just take those. Now we can make, nod units. Not that it really matters. I really wish grabbing tech would actually, like, carry over in some way. Like, as a kid, I was always kind of grumpy because I would take over the enemy command construction yard because I wanted to I specifically wanted to like use nod units because it would let you, and I was a little grumpy because I wanted that to carry over from mission to mission. It's like, no, let me leech nod tech, but no. They really are just showing off their skills with 3D, and it is hilarious because it is not good 25 years later. These maps, especially early on, when you saw like the nod progression And so, like, I'd take half of a region, and they'd take, like, a significant portion of other regions. And as a kid, I was always like, I gotta move faster. I sincerely believed as a child, as a 4-year-old playing this game, maybe I was 5, that if I played these missions better, they wouldn't take as much territory, which is hilarious to me, as it is wrong.
I know I promised more deep background on Kane and Nod, but there'll be time for that later. Carter says you hit the ground fighting. Nice job. Now we need that again. Somewhere in this section is a Nod base. It's protected against airstrikes by Nod SAM sites. Knock them out so Colonel Morelli can provide air support. That should make it easier for you to take out the base. I'll be out of the loop for a couple of days doing civvy time at the UN. Don't let me down.
This dumb stock nonsense, I love it.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Vehicle reporting.
Okay, so let's start working on that. Let's explore for a bit.
Acknowledge.
So we got our grenadiers already, which is a good feeling. Put this here. I do not remember being nearly as constrained.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Yes, sir.
In this manner.
Moving out. Moving out.
Like, I always thought you could actually space your structures out more than this. But no, they actually have to be touching each other.
Reporting. Right.
Well, not a big deal.
Affirmative. You got it.
Maybe it was in Red Alert that you could actually space it out better.
Yes. Yes. Right away, sir. Right away, sir. Affirmative.
Okay, yeah, let's take out these so we can get the comm center. Oh, which gets me the mini-map. I was wondering about that. Yeah, I'll start with that. We'll need the barracks, but I should be okay for at least a little while. The spacing came with Red Alert. That's what it was. And like I said, haven't actually played a whole lot of OG Command & Conquer. It was good stuff. It just, like, it lacked an amount of those specifically, like, sweet spot changes that made it so good. Oh, here's Mercies for the weak.
Moving out. Affirmative. Affirmative. Ready and wait. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, you got it. Yes.
I'm just gonna sit these guys here and fight for a second. Let's get the comm center down and get a barracks.
Reporting. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out.
There it goes.
Reporting. Affirmative.
Okay. Just hang out for a second. We don't actually want to push too hard. I just figured I'd do some damage and bankrupt him if I can. We might even want to save up, grab another refinery and go kind of quick there. Sadly, I'm not actually sure if the enemy is constrained monetarily here. We'll kill it eventually, but still. Alright, got it. Now, unless I'm mistaken, lore-wise, Tiberium is from, Oops. Get him. Tiberium's from, like, an asteroid that actually hit the planet and, like, wrecked everything. Causing it to, like, spread over the planet like a virus. Unfortunately, I don't actually remember if they really continued the story that well. I thought it was something where,
Affirmative. You got it. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Moving out.
Let's see, I thought it was something where, like, they kind of... the first, like, 3 games were decent-ish. And then everything that... Whoops. I guess this guy's just going to go gallivanting. No, you fool. Well... This man's effectively dead.
Moving out.
Nope, he ain't. Surprisingly. Alright.
Ready and wait. Affirmative. Ready and wait, yes?
Kill that man. Alright. Well, we found their base. We kind of knew that, but still. Yeah, Tiberium leads to aliens. Yeah, it was something like that. Let's see. Yeah, I probably should have gone for that secondary refinery, but that's okay. Okay, so they are limited to money, but they get 20,000 every time they get a harvester home? Seriously? That much?
Right away, sir. You got it. Affirmative. Right away, sir.
Right. I can grenade myself. That is the one fear. I hope they remaster the Doom games next. Dune games next. That would be nice. I don't know. I don't want them to spend forever remastering everything, but it would be nice to see. I would like to see Command and Conquer 1, and we already have 1. Same thing with Red Alert 1. And then definitely the second game in both series. And then after that, I'm actually perfectly fine with him just moving on to other things. Red Alert 3 still stands up particularly well. And mostly, I guess the only thing I'd want out of Red Alert 3 would be like a light remastering with proper online multiplayer that does not involve... that does not involve... what was it? I think they had GameSpy multiplayer. Like... for some stupid reason. And that was, like, at the point where GameSpy was already on its way out, so... Oh. I didn't even notice him there. Well, whatever. It's fine.
Right away, sir.
Just gonna stick my guys over here.
Yes?
Nope. I guess this thing has hella range, so we gotta kill it. Okay, I pissed off the hornet's nest. Maybe a little bit too much. Damn.
Ready and waiting. Affirmative.
He's got more dudes than I thought.
You got it.
Waiting order. You got it. Reporting.
Well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving out. Acknowledge. Affirmative. Moving out. Moving out.
Damn it.
Yes, sir.
I always hated it how the enemy harvester could just run over my dudes freely with, like, limited issues. Are you blind?
You got it. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well,
Yes, sir. You got it.
that was a costly loss. On the flip side, I think we've done a stupid amount of damage to them. So, hopefully we can make more of a recovery than they can. Let's see. Press the X key to prevent that. Right. That's what it is. But yeah, I was trying to run over their guys with my harvester, and frustratingly enough, it doesn't work that way when I'm in control. But the enemy can do it. I think freely?
Reporting. Affirmative.
Yeah, I should have gone for the extra harvester and saved up some more dudes.
Moving out.
That said, we've probably cleared out the vast majority of what he already has. So, I'm gonna just save. Ah! Perfect.
Yes, sir.
We're just gonna bum rush him again already.
You got it. Moving out. Roger. You got it. Yes, sir.
Never mind.
Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Affirmative.
What I want to do is see if I can kill his harvester.
Right away, sir.
So it's not
Yes, sir.
liable to run my dudes over.
You got it. Right away, sir.
Of course, my grenadiers kill all my own dudes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. Affirmative.
Okay.
Affirmative.
I'd say I've crippled their economy, but unfortunately I have not. Let's see. A couple of those. I don't know where those guys are going. I'm gonna let them. I want to take out their barracks.
Affirmative. Right away, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because if I can take out their barracks... that makes everything easier.
Affirmative. Yes, sir.
Okay. I remember why I don't like the GDI as much.
Affirmative.
Because the Grenadiers always friendly fire. It's like a rule or something.
Waiting order. Yes, sir.
I don't think it's as bad once I start getting some tanks. But in these, like, early missions, I have so much friendly fire, it's brutal.
Yes, sir.
Because you better bet all my infantry will just, like, walk right into the path of a grenade. Like fools. I guess I'll just get a bunch of minigunners and just deal with it. Let's see, they might have a heavy factory. I doubt it. If they had a heavy factory, they would have stick some gross units on me instead of just kind of whatever.
Roger. Reporting. Moving out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Reporting.
Okay.
Affirmative. Affirmative.
I'm gonna just scoot up here real quick.
Moving out. Roger.
I don't think we have... SAM site.
Right away, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. Acknowledged. Ready and waiting.
Guess I might as well get this guy over here. I think we've pretty much taken out all of their other structures.
Right away, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right away.
There we go. Get out of here. I forgot how effective the infantry were at actually killing other infantry.
Yes, sir. Awaiting order.
I never used them nearly as much as I probably should have.
Ready and waiting.
There we go. Yeah, it's interesting how much I played these games in comparison to, well, yeah, I am just unopposed. I think this guy is dying.
Reporting. Moving out.
Yeah, we're taking a little bit of chip from those grenades. Oh, that's okay.
Reporting.
I'm just gonna send these grenadiers here. Freaking friendly fire team can just do their own thing separately because they got longer range.
Right away, sir. Affirmative.
Let's see.
You got it.
Go for that one if I can.
Reporting. Moving out. Reporting. Affirmative. You got it. Right away, sir.
Okay.
Waiting orders. Reporting. Moving out.
Well,
Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Moving out.
That's a problem. Let's see. I guess I'll get a bunch of grenadiers. Pretty sure there ain't anything else here. Don't I just send in these weak suckers? I guess I have to. I guess we could just bum rush it with the whole crew. No biggie. So yeah, they have no power plant. I never put it past the computer opponent to cheat in an RTS. Like, I don't know if you guys have played some of their most recent games, but it actually got worse over time. I very specifically remember playing... What was their most recent one? The one with the, like, customizable units. It was super promising, but after a certain point, it just became Nuke Fest. That's all I really remember about it. Okay, I'm gonna send them here. I'm pretty sure there's a SAM site down in this area.
Right away, sir.
And there isn't. Well, I'll send them after that. We'll keep looking around here. Let's see. Seriously? No more SAM sites? I guess we're just supposed to finish them off at this point. Unless it's like here. Nope. No SAM sites.
Ready and wait. Reporting. Moving out. Right away, sir. Ready and wait. Moving out.
So let's just have you guys go for that. It's gotta be that. I don't see it down here.
Reporting.
Everyone kill. Oop.
Yes. Right away, sir.
Oh, they actually even named these guys. That's hilarious. And kind of tragic. Okay, that was it. I was like, please don't tell me there's a hidden SAM site somewhere around here. Poor Phil. Eh, he deserves it.